What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be breaking down this teleport effect. It's super sick and used by a ton of different VFX editors right now. This effect was suggested by one of you in the comments. Let me know if any other ideas you guys have in the comment section below. I read all your guys' comments. This video is going to be sponsored by my editing packs. You guys watching my videos and supporting me through my packs is what allows me to keep going. Thank you to every single one of you out there watching. I have a link to those in the description below. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So here in Premiere, I've got a clip from the Astronaut Status music video, and we're just going to go ahead and use this to recreate the effect. Now, if I were actually making a music video, I like to sequence everything in Premiere. Then if I wanted to do some heavy VFX like this teleport effect, I would go ahead and just right click and go ahead and replace with After Effects composition. As you can see, it's automatically been put into After Effects, and any changes we make here is going to be automatically synced with that Premiere Pro sequence. First step of this effect is just going to be to rotoscope out our subject. I'm going to go ahead and double click on this to open up the layer. Then I'm going to grab my rotobrush tool and just go ahead and rotobrush out our subject. So now that I've gone all the way through, I'm just going to go ahead and freeze this rotoscope in place. Closing out of this layer, you can see if I scrub through, we've just got our subject rotobrushed out. Just don't see this transparency grid, just go ahead and toggle it right here. But what I'm actually going to do next is duplicate this rotobrush and double click on our bottom one. I'm actually going to go ahead and unfreeze it, not messing with any of the selection. I'm going to go ahead to our effect controls and invert the foreground background, and now it's just going to select everything but our subject. I'm going to go ahead and freeze this in place as well. Closing out of that layer, if I hide my top rotoscope, you'll see that we just have the background selected. Now we just need our subject to kind of disappear, become invisible. And After Effects got a super cool tool for this. We can go ahead to the content aware fill tool. I'm just going to go ahead and copy my settings. I'm just going to go ahead and generate a fill layer. Now playing that back with the fill layer, After Effects has worked its magic, and it's like our subject never even existed. So then we can just go ahead and drag this fill layer beneath our other rotoscope and turn that on. Now we can go ahead and move the position of our subject. I'm going to drag a transform onto our subject. And here we can go ahead and teleport him anywhere we want. So I'm going to go to the beginning and keyframe that position and scale. Like a quarter of the way through this clip, I'm going to go ahead and increase the scale a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and drag him to the left like this. Going through our clip some more, I'm going to have him scale down. I'm just going to drag him over to the right. And at the very end of the clip, I'm just going to go ahead and reset his position to where it was before. Now playing that back, you can see we have the bare bones of this effect, but it doesn't look very clean right now. What I'm going to go ahead and do is drop down into the effects and the transform, highlight all of these keyframes and F9 to easy ease them, or you can right click, go to keyframe assistant and easy ease. And that's going to make it a little bit smoother. Next, I'm going to go ahead and toggle the motion blur. Now you can see the effect kind of start to take place. What I'm actually going to do next is highlight all of those position keyframes and click on our graph editor. Now I'm just going to smooth out this graph a little bit. You guys can go ahead and copy this graph if you want to. I think it makes the effect a lot cleaner. Basically, we want the fastest parts to be faster and the slower parts to be slower and longer. Playing that back, you can see that it speeds up super fast, but when he's actually like sitting in the position, he'll stop for a second. And I think that really just kind of ties the effect together. Also, in the original music video, he had kind of like a ghost trail behind him. We can go ahead and recreate that as well. Go ahead and duplicate this subject layer. I'm going to go ahead and grab an echo from our effects and drag that onto our bottom rotoscope. Now for the echo settings, I'll go ahead and set this to negative 0.02. Number of echoes set it to something like 4. And the starting intensity, I'm just going to drag this down to like 0.3. You see on the first frame, it bleeds through to the last clip. And we just fix that by simply going and adjusting like so. So that way that clip doesn't exist. We're going to go ahead to the echo operator and set it to screen. So going to go ahead and grab a Gaussian blur, drag that onto our echo sequence. Going to go ahead and crank this to kind of blend the echoes together. Now playing that back, you can see we have that ghost trail behind him, and it looks super sick and really just adds to the teleport effect. So now I'm just going to go ahead, file and save this and hop back into Premiere. So now back in Premiere Pro, you can see that everything we did in After Effects just transferred right over. And to really finish this up, I want to add some subtle shakes to when he teleports. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is create an adjustment layer. And we can do this by clicking on New Item, Adjustment Layer, and just hit OK. Now I'm going to drag this onto my composition. I'm going to go right where he stops, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 frames back and adjust my adjustment layer. Go 1, 2, 3 frames forward and adjust my adjustment layer like so. I'm going to go ahead to the next part where I want it to shake, which is right here where he stops. Go 1, 2, 3 back and delete that adjustment layer. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and delete that adjustment layer. I'm just going to hop into the music videos essentials pack that's full of a ton of different blurs, flashes, shake flashes, and fast motion effects. And for this edit, I'm going to go with some subtle shakes. So I'm just going to go into the shakes. I'm going to go with a horizontal subtle for both these. So I'm just going to drag that onto both these adjustment layers. See, those shakes just tie this teleport effect together and really sell the effect. Now, instead of shakes, we could go with flashes. So I'm going to go ahead with the flashes. First one, I'm going to go with the basic flash. And the second one, I'm going to go with the barely a flash. And as you can see, those subtle little flashes really just tie that effect together. And I'll have a link to download these presets in the description below. As you can see, the teleport effect is super versatile. A ton of different ways you can do it. And really just put your your own spin on it. If you guys do end up using this effect, make sure you tag me on Instagram at meech. Hope you guys did find this video helpful. If you want to learn the 5 essential music video transitions you need in 2023, click right here. I think YouTube wants you to check this out down here. Don't forget to comment down below with what you guys want to see next. Follow me on Instagram, join the Discord. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.